Well, hello and welcome back to the 5 Pillars of Business Success for Startups. We are still on Pillar 3, Make a Profit. This is the 5th lesson in the series of our Bootcamp Alpha Test. So if you're watching, thank you so much for watching. Now, as we continue with Pillar 3, if you recall, we introduced a business imperative, and we're all working towards creating, all these lessons are working towards creating your business imperative or helping you create your business imperative. And if you recall, what we're after is, to be profitable, we need to determine, to be profitable, your business must sell how many units at what price. That's really a business imperative. It's imperative because if you want to achieve an entrepreneurial profit, your business is going to have to do this. That's what we want to get to. Most small business owners, startups, most small business owners in general, really never even think about this, and that's why so many of them are in survival mode and so few of them actually achieve business success as we define it. So if you recall again, to be profitable, this means your business must pay both your personal and your business bills. And there's a number of units that could be hours billed, meals served, however you decide to define your units. We went over in the last lesson your units of measurement that you're going to use so you can compare apples to apples throughout the process, determining your business imperative and your break-even analysis. Homes, contracts, acres mowed, that's Jimmy's, acres mowed. Now this here is going to be average price per unit. Not just one price for a particular menu item or anything like that. That's your average price per unit sold. Remember, you need to determine the types of units, the unit of measurement that you're utilizing to do these calculations. We went over this last lesson, whether it's square foot, meal served, acre mowed, hour billed, jobs visited, whatever that may be, you need to determine that so you can go to compare apples to apples. So the business imperative is very important because it defines the goals, your goals in measurable terms. It engages your startup's purpose and also is really the first step towards really helping you find your customers. Once you know how many units you got to produce at what price, that will really help you find your customers for your business, and it'll also allow you to test and refine your product or service during the startup period, and that's really what the startup period is all about. Test and refine your product or service so you can find your customers and create scalable systems for growth. It also forces a reality check. It forces you to face reality and say, hey, can I really, that's what you're going to learn in this lesson, can I really produce those units, the number of units required at the price I'm charging? And if that's not true, how many units can I produce and what price do I need to charge? So that's your reality check. And in order to do that, which we're going to do in these next 2 lessons, we're going to introduce, I believe it's actually in lesson 6, the final lesson, we're really going to dig into the break-even calculations. But first, let's go through how we determine our imperative. How we go through. You need to know your total fixed costs. Hopefully you've already calculated your total fixed cost. Then you need to determine your variable cost per unit. We went over that in the last lesson or an earlier lesson. Now we need to determine your break-even units, and then we need to determine your break-even price. We want to do this both ways because involved in this is we want to take a reality check, as I mentioned a moment ago, determine what is real, what can I really produce at what price, and that's what I got to deal with. All right, fixed costs, if you recall, they stay the same from month to month. Got your personal bills. Now these are all fixed. Your personal bills, we may not have introduced this yet because we did talk about fixed expenses, but if you think about it, your personal bills are going to be about the same from month to month. Okay, your other payments that your business must make, such as loans and credit card payments, they're also fixed because the way we calculate them on a monthly basis is they're the same from month to month. And these are going to occur whether you're providing your product or not. So if you remember, Jimmy's fixed cost is he has $4,308 in personal bills. He has $520 in other payments, and he has $785 in fixed expenses for his business. So those all totaled, those equal $5,613 in fixed costs that we're going to be using for our break-even analyses, I should say, for Jimmy. Now also, we discussed in an earlier lesson, your variable costs. This is going to be the cost of producing and delivering your product or service, and they vary directly with providing that product or service. So if you're not providing a product or service that day, you don't go to work that day, you won't have these costs. They are directly related to providing your product or service. If you remember Jim's variable cost, if you remember, he's got $2.85 for fuel for his equipment per acre mowed, and then he also knows through his analysis that his equipment maintenance, the regular service on that mower, no matter what it is, replacing blades, oil change, just getting it maintained, is 35 cents an acre mowed. So his total variable costs are $3.20 per acre. So let's look at Jimmy's costs here. He's got $3.20 per acre mowed, and he's got $5,697 per month to pay his business and personal bills. So let's revisit this imperative we were working on earlier. Let's reword a little bit. Okay, Jimmy's lawn care must generate $5,613 per month and $3.20 for each acre mowed to have an entrepreneurial profit, to pay his business and personal bills. So to be profitable, Jimmy must mow how many acres at what price? Now let's look at this as your business here. Your business must generate X amount of dollars to cover its fixed costs per month, per unit of time, and a certain amount of money to cover its variable costs. That should be VC there, I apologize. It says like versus, it's not, it's variable cost for each unit sold to have an entrepreneurial profit. So your imperative answers, to arrive at the answers for the your business imperative, to fill in those blanks, it's going to require break-even analysis. In order to do that, we need to determine unit break-even, determine what your break-even is per unit. Then we're going to have a reality check to see if you can really produce those number of units as required at a particular price. And then we revisit again to determine your price break even. What you're going to find for most of you small business owners is that these two numbers are going to be very different for most of you. So that's why we're going to do it both ways. And then we do another reality check to see exactly, okay, if you have a different price, are there customers available at that price? Enough customers, or what customers can you find that are willing to pay the price that you must charge? So that we have another reality check. So that's actually it for lesson 5, and we will see you in lesson 6 where we're really going to work on these break-even analyses.